Recording. Hi, this is Sean Law from Sydney Lorcana. Here we've got another game from the Townhall winner box. This one's game 2 between Franz and Will. Will took game 1, and we'll see what happens at the end of this game. I've got Robbie here co-commentating.
Thanks so much, Sean. Yes, we had Will win that one game 1. He saw his ladies when he needed them. He saw his Rapunzels when he needed the extra cards. Unfortunately for Franz, he just got his whole new world a little bit too late there, as well as seeing Rapunzels. But now we've got Franz on the play. Will is getting the extra card, and we're definitely going to see a bounce back here because this is definitely two heavyweight Amber Steel players in the Sydney community.
All right, so looks like they're just giving each other's decks a good shuffle and cut, and game 2 should be kicking off shortly.
Yeah, and absolutely no chance here Will stacking Franz's deck, none whatsoever. Just giving you a good shuffle, nothing to see there.
Alright, so the players now are drawing their 7, working out who's mulliganing how many cards.
Franz has definitely put one down there. That is a second. So there's 2 that are going down. Let's see what Will tries to do. There's 3. So we've got 3 back on the table here for Franz. Will's put 2. He's put 3. He's put 4. It's 4 down on the table. He is going to mulligan 4. Is it 4? Wait, Franz has confirmed 3. And Will is going for 4. This is bad news for William Bartlett. Bad news.
Especially since this is game 2 with Franz being 100% on the play this time.
He's lost the psychological warfare. He might as well go into the showers now. This one's all but over. Not even a card has been played just yet, and you just know Franz has absolutely got this one. Will has completely misplayed already.
Alright, inking Smee, and what do we got turn 1?
The hardest decision of this deck: do we Cindy or Rhino?
I mean, both are pretty strong plays, though I think if you have the shift right, oh look, no turn 1 play.
No turn 1 play. It's missed. Will is inking and playing a Rhino, and now Franz is on his turn 2.
Inking is another Smee, okay. And here we go,
There's
we've got
the
the
Troubadour.
Alright, so threatening the potential Zeus if there's a shift Rhino. But they may not even need to shift it, and maybe they'll just play 2 1-drops or a Smee.
Yeah, Shift Rhino is good here, but you do completely play into that Zeus. So if you then went Cindy Daisy here, you would definitely feel a lot more comfortable. The only thing that you worry about with Franz's deck is he is playing Grab Your Sword, and Will knows that, but there is absolutely no way of seeing that right now.
He's inking the bigger Rhino to play a Piglet and questing for 1. He's anticipating that Franz must have a Zeus, so he's just developing his board rather than putting all his eggs in one basket.
Yeah, well, and it's just bad economy to do that, right? So no, that's a Storm Red. John Franz gets the draw. The Piglet's gone. That was a great play. And we've got 3 ink that can be used. Is it going to be an Ariel or is it going to be a Lady? What are we going to see in this next play?
Or is it going to just be... Okay, here we go. It's a
Rhino.
Rhino of his own. That's good.
And is that going to get shifted immediately?
No, it's a
No, it's
sense
another troubadour.
troubadour. Here we go. So now I was thinking that if Will had the shift rhino, he'd just smack the troubadour, but that still with the additional troubadour in the back doesn't seem that good. And but here we go, Pete. No songs coming.
Yeah, and that's a particularly good turn to play, Pete.
Yeah, two singers. I mean, troubadour is not really that good of a quester,
Yeah, the
and
resist is nice, but realistically, that's not what you want it for right now.
and especially Rhino being able to just one shot them and take no damage because of its resist, because it's just a 1/3. But I mean, maybe Franz just continues to play to the board, setting up for the next turn, because now his strengths are all pretty live now.
Well, the strengths are all pretty live, but Will really wants to set up that shift rhino if he can. Because the great thing about shift rhino in this deck is it is very wayward in the way it gets to quest because nothing survives a swing from it. So Rapunzel can't really heal much in the deck other than maybe a shift aerial or a Rapunzel itself.
And here Fraser's questing for one, just asking Will, do you have another shift rhino? Because if you do, you can potentially bonk the singer. But still just trying to get some lore on the board because it's so far. I think that's the only questing that's been done. This oh no, it's 1-1 at the moment. And
Yeah,
here we
it's
go,
1-1.
Penny and Daisy, and just a passing of the turn because that
That's an
resist
aerial
from the
there.
troubadour making it that Pete
Oh,
can't take it out. And here we go, Ariel picking
oh,
up.
he's doing the hand check. That means there's more than one. That's the worst feeling. That's the
Oh,
worst. It's a
Zeus,
Zeus.
we go. Now, what are you gonna? Question is, are you gonna Zeus the Daisy or are you going? Yeah, actually, yeah, you probably. But maybe there's more than one song, so I mean but yeah, I assume the Penny. Not sure who she would have given the resist to.
There's the storm, and
The
that's going to hit the
storm.
penny.
All right, so the Penny must have given the resist to the Rhino, so the storm doesn't take it out.
Right, right. Troubadour's going to sing the
Seeing
Zeus.
here we got
And is that
Zeus
going to be
being
on
sung, taking
Daisy?
out the
It is.
Daisy. And is there? And here we go, a third song, Strength on the Pete. So I guess with seeing that Will inked the Rhino, Franz is like, I don't think you have another one. But I mean, Rhino
Uh,
on this board with this many established singers is not really. It's going to be a bit slow trying to mop up the board there.
no, this is not what Will wanted. The best thing that you could hope for, though, with the Rhino shift here is if you had Rapunzel and was healing off of it, because at least you get a card from swinging at the Pete. But at the moment, that is just not the best play either right now. But Will's got a plan. He's hard casting the Storm. Hard casting Storm to draw a card.
And here we got another ink. And he's just passing the turn. So we see this is what happens with the Steel Song once they get a couple of singers on board. And here we go. It's just Franz hard dropping a Rhino, and now he's just putting on the questing pressure. So he's going
Yes.
from 1 to
1 to 5, right?
5.
So he's up 5-1 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's very difficult for Will to bring this back. It's not impossible, but he's got 4 cards in hand. He's got options, but just the more these things stay on the board, the more time passes, the more pressure goes on himself.
So
So
it's
he's got the storm and the
hard playing
aerial.
another storm. So doesn't look like he's got 3 drops in his hand. And here we go. He's getting rid of the singer, Ariel, so there's no one to sing A Whole New World now. Which
And this is
is
the issue. This is the issue the songs can have sometimes. When you don't have the best hand and you've got a handful of songs and you're trying to be economical with your rink, but then it just feels bad when you have to hardcast these songs.
and here we go, Calhoun. So is that another? It's another rhino. Looks like a tiny rhino. It looks like they probably gave the -1 to Calhoun, so she can't actually take out anything.
And then it was quest
And
for 4 going to 9, so it's
yeah,
9-1 and a pass.
yeah, and we've got
Lawrence Doc.
favoring the Lawrence for the board position, I believe, and then Doc into Mulan. So he's now got a board again, but it's not. Yeah, there's still still 3 potential singers there, discarding the Rhino from the Mulan.
Well, the Lawrence is really interesting here and can really pay off if Will has Rapunzel in hand.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes you think because I would have thought that playing the Pete might have been more better, but yeah, I guess setting up a potential Rapunzel trap with Lawrence could be quite potent. But here's another aerial hitting a Let the Storm Rage
Storm
On.
Rage on.
All right, so we're taking out the Mulan, drawing a card. Another. We get Zeus
Zeus
on
on Lawrence.
Lawrence, and then a quest
3 more.
for 3
4 more.
going to 12.
Going to 13, that's the big rhino.
I was on 9 plus 3 is 12, isn't it?
Plus 4. Plus 4, because
Oh,
that's a
plus
shift rhino.
oh, the 2 shift rhinos.
No, there's 1 shift rhino, so the Pete, the little rhino, and big rhino is 4 law, so he's going to 13.
But I think with that, Will's uh, scooped it up here. It'll
Okay,
be
we're
pretty
going to game
difficult
3.
to come back from that. So we're up for game 3.